Before the Red Cross built a billion-dollar blood supply system, there was a black man they rarely mention in schools. Dr. Charles Drew, the father of modern blood banking, made it possible to store blood safely, move it where it was needed, and save millions of lives. But here's the part they leave out. The same America that depended on his genius once told him his people's blood wasn't good enough. Charles Drew was born in 1904 in segregated Washington, D.C. He didn't inherit power, he built it. At Amherst College, he was one of just 13 black students out of 600. When tuberculosis took his younger sister's life, Drew didn't break, he committed himself to medicine. He taught biology and coached at Morgan College, then crossed the border to McGill University in Canada because black brilliance often had to find freedom outside America's walls. Back then, when people needed blood, they had to find a donor on the spot. If they couldn't, they often died. There was no safe way to store blood or move it where it was needed. At Columbia University, Drew's research changed that forever. His doctoral thesis, Bank Blood, laid out the process for safely collecting, storing, and transporting blood. Then he invented a refrigerated truck that made blood drives mobile and accessible to thousands. When World War II erupted, Britain faced massive blood shortages. Drew led the Blood for Britain project, organizing over 14,500 donations and sending 5,000 liters of plasma to save soldiers and civilians. He proved plasma could be separated from whole blood, stored longer, and used for transfusions without matching blood types, a breakthrough for emergency medicine. But while Drew's science saved thousands, the same system that used his ideas shut him out. The American Red Cross, which still dominates the blood industry today, barred black people from donating. When they finally accepted black donors, they segregated the blood by race. Drew called this policy exactly what it was: unscientific and insulting. He resigned from his leadership role rather than lend his name to a lie. Drew did not disappear in protest. He invested in what mattered most: black minds. At Howard University, he led the Department of Surgery and trained a generation of black surgeons who carried his legacy forward. The Red Cross today calls itself a nonprofit, but blood is still big business. Hospitals pay for testing, storage, and supply using the system Drew designed. Billions have moved through the veins of this industry, yet his name is left out of the story. If you believe these truths need to be told, tell us in the comments.